think it's not surprising to say that every day I wake up and when I go online, I kind of realize how stupid people are. I get reminded about the stupidity of people and just how dumb people can get. And today, the stupidity that I was reminded of is this push for people to start drinking raw milk again. And the reason why I was reminded of this is because of a video I saw on everyone's favorite social media platform, Twitter. And it was just a video of apparently there was a raw milk party. I'm going to play the video for you so you can see how just spectacular of an event this raw milk party was. And I think you're going to be feeling like you missed out after you watched it. So what you saw there is apparently there was a party thrown that the entire purpose around it was just drinking raw milk. Instead of doing the normal human being thing of just getting fucking wasted and drinking with your friends, what if we drink raw milk and by the gallon? We drink raw milk by the gallon. What if we do that? That's drinking that quantity of raw milk has never hurt anyone in their lives. Just fucking downing it will never cause any problems, especially not raw milk. Why would we ever do that? And I don't know why, but it seems like there's an increasing push over the last like few years to get people to start drinking raw milk. I mean, even the account itself that posted this video said milk is back, people are celebrating. And it's just kind of just like this weird movement that for some reason has, grown for distrust of pasteurized milk. I don't expect really anyone to just immediately understand why, raw milk is bad. I think people just kind of naturally have the intuition that drinking it is not a good idea. But let me just pull up the FDA website of, the dangers of raw milk and just kind of read off what can happen when you drink raw milk. So the FDA, FDA.gov says that raw milk is milk from cows, sheep, and goats or any other animal that has not been pasteurized to kill harmful germs. Raw milk can carry dangerous germs such as salmonella, E. coli, listeria, campylobacter, and other that cause foodborne illnesses, often called food poisoning. And if we scroll down a little bit, we get the symptoms of raw milk and serious illness, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, flu-like symptoms such as fever, headache, and body ache. And, apparently there are some myths surrounding why you should drink raw milk that they actually just said are, completely wrong. Saying apparently some people believe pasteurizing milk causes lactose intolerance. It can, help you just kill dangerous diseases by yourself. Apparently there's raw milk that is specifically targeted for pets and animals that people are drinking. So good job, guys. It's back to the ivermectin stuff and also, the horse electrolytes. It does not pasteurizing does not reduce nutritional values of raw milk. It's not better for nutrition. And so those are kind of like the main like pasteurization myths that people apparently believe that I didn't even know people believed or people thought. And I think it's kind of shocking to me that people still, believe that they know more than the experts and are willing to just down gallons of raw milk in the party way in order to do something. And I was kind of curious, like, how long have we learned? I know we've learned pasteurization for such a long time. And the question was, how long have we known the pasteurized milk? So I pulled up the Wikipedia article, and kind of go through the history. And apparently we've learned how to pasteurize milk since like the late 1800s. So for over 150 years, we've known just as a society that we should pasteurize milk so that we don't, die of diseases that we can prevent by making the food that we eat safe to consume. But instead we have, these groups of people who it is primarily from right-wing spaces, I will say. People just apparently think that they know more than the experts and that drinking raw milk, which is primarily meant for animals, is a wonderful idea to do and a smart thing to do. And they definitely won't cause them to get any diseases because they don't really believe in them, do they? And as I'm reading this Wikipedia article too, I feel like risking tuberculosis and like scarlet fever. It's also a good thing because, you know, I feel like those just kill people. You know, those are really deadly diseases that have a historically large death count. And with everything on the internet, you have to take it kind of with a grain of salt of whether or not this stuff is a real. So I went onto the account of the person who posted this Instagram and just to, you know, check the account that it was posted on and see if it was satire or not. So the account here that this original video was posted on was Holistic Hilda, and if we just go, you know, take an adventure through the account, we have Ancestral Health for Moms and Kids. Apparently, she runs a podcast, and also a Birthright Supplements ambassador, which I don't know what the fuck that is. And apparently, she has like a code or course or whatever that she sells. And let's just, you know, take an adventure through her account and see, you know, what other things she's kind of pushing out. So the first video we have here is this one with a guy named Aaron Series, whatever. This conversation just goes, I don't want to play the entire video, but it basically just goes, I'm saying like, oh, it's a vaccine recommendation, you know, not a mandate. But they basically say that the CDC recommending vaccines is effectively them mandating it because they've said it enough times. And it just kind of has like a massively anti-vax kind of stance where, you know, it kind of goes against preventing your children from getting disease and preventing them from, you know, having immunity to fatal diseases that we've learned how to eradicate. But, you know, we have these people who are saying, hey, what if we don't vaccinate our kids and what if we fucking let them die to MMR or whatever the hell? Also on this account, you kind of find these like posts that really don't make any sense, or like we're saying real food is back, baby, where like the U.S. dietary guidelines are emphasizing meat, full fat dairy, animal fats like butter and tallow, and recommending people avoid seed oil, sugars, and ultra processed food. And the question that I have, and I think a lot of people have, is when the hell was it ever recommended not to eat meat, full fat dairy, and animal fats, and also not to avoid, you know, like sugar, ultra processed food? When has it ever been like the, you know, the health recommendation to actually go for like high sugar, high processed foods? It doesn't really make any sense. It was the same thing with like what the government put out saying whole milk is back, baby. Like when the fuck has ever whole milk not been sold or like been recommended? It doesn't really make any sense. You have a bunch of incomprehensible beliefs here, which is just kind of making up her own like make-believe world where a lot of the stuff that she's advocating for, saying is back or like is not good, just are not things that exist or like are not medically advisable. And this is like the final post I'll kind of show that was kind of fun to me. I don't know what the hell she was talking about with this one, but it was she's breaking up with Halloween. You know, she posted this before Halloween, I presume that's 12 weeks ago, and she explained why she's, you know, breaking up with Halloween. She's not, you know, doing the class things, handing out candy or putting up decorations to celebrate, and then she calls it a fake holiday. And she said there's a spiritual aspect to Halloween that delights our celebration of what's creepy and spooky. And for years I tried hard to ignore those and just focus on the playful side of Halloween. But I can't turn a blind eye anymore. I will no longer trivialize its dark origins or participate in its trappings. Comment HHSS to read my Substack post, Halloween Isn't Harmless, and why I broke up with it. And so apparently, you know, one of her many, many, many fun beliefs is that there's apparently a dark origin and a dark evil vibe around Halloween that makes it that she can no longer celebrate it. You know, she can no longer enjoy the fun and happiness that comes around Halloween and is trying to be an anti-Halloween advocate. So this is like, you know, an interesting rabbit hole that I went down following a raw milk is back, a raw milk party post. And I can kind of come to the conclusion that I don't think the raw milk party was a parody. I think we can kind of agree that that was an actual thing that happened. And this person obviously posts a lot often about like these random fucking, you know, holistic and healthy lifestyle things. And also there's a Substack about it too. I found her Substack. I didn't want to log into an account on Substack to read it or read any of her posts because, you know, why would I spend my time on that? Maybe it's another day. Maybe we got to go more down the holistic hilled up rabbit hole. But yeah, I couldn't really find like on her Instagram the raw milk party. You know, I kind of wanted to see it in its true glory on the place where it was made, on the place where it was birthed. But either it was posted like a long time ago, or she deleted it, or something, or she got like attacked from the Instagram health and safety guidelines for advocating for harmful activities. I don't really know. Maybe I'm just stupid and I'm blind and I can't find it. But unfortunately, it seems like that the only evidence of that is that one Twitter post, who is also a raw milk back advocate. So that's another guy that's kind of fun. But this is kind of just a rabbit hole that I went down because I thought it was interesting to see what goes on in the minds of people who throw raw milk parties. and if they're actually fucking with us or not. But apparently they like drinking stuff that's kind of only really recommended for animals. Like, I just wanted to let everyone know that these people live among us. These people who love raw milk could be you, could be your neighbor, could be your friends or family. You gotta watch out for these devious vagrants who are looking for any opportunity to push the raw milk agenda on you. But yeah, I hope this was an interesting experience for you. It was for me, kind of. So that's all I got for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.